Alrighty, so Dokkan players, we're kind of back, just a little bit, right? Let's not get too carried away, but in this dry period right now, we gotta talk about the fun stuff that we have in the game, and that is going to be from this data download that just hit, 20-30 minutes ago. Just figured I would talk about this. We'll do a technical 2-upload day here, and I just want to talk about this data download, what it could potentially mean. Could it just be a bunch of fluff? We'll see, but we have some life, right? It's not TN, it's not Tao, it's not from Dragon Ball, it's not the Saiyan Saga. So we're going to be pretty excited to talk about it. And that is going to be the Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku asset, as you guys can see on the screen. It is Goku Mini from the fight against Goma. Now, you might be wondering, is this an SSR asset? Is this or that, right? No, this is not a summonable character asset. I think I have a tweet pulled up here. Maybe I don't. There's a bunch of tweets we got to pull up, so I'll probably be cutting a little bit in this video. But this is just a story event asset. This is just going to be from dialogue from the Daima story event that they've been updating throughout the year. And it's going to be helpful, obviously. Like, it's a good thing that we have it in here, but it's not a confirmation that Daima is the global download or the global Dokkan celebration campaign, right? Whatever they're calling it. It's not a confirmation that Super Saiyan 4 Goku's coming into the game. I just want to make sure that's clear. That's not what the title's going to be. Just letting you know. Now we could look at some of the other assets that we have specifically in here. You guys can see. I don't know what's happening here. Come on. There we go. We've got Shenron here, or Purunga, excuse me. The Demon Realm Dragon, if you will. It's not Purunga, but he looks like Purunga. We've got Goma right here, just a nice little asset right there. And then the giant form of Goma as well. English is hard. So we have just some fun stuff to look at here, right? Like, these are just going to be dialogue options from that story event, but something is better than nothing. They've been building up that Daima story event for a long time now, Goma with the third eye, as you can see right here. And we now actually have some stuff to look at, and in a period of the game like this, where we have not much to talk about, this is some pretty exciting stuff, right? Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Daima, we've been waiting for this for a while, and this is sort of an inclination of potentially what GDC could be, right? So I think that's pretty exciting that we have this in here, but let's look at some other stuff that we have, right? There are some pretty exciting things. This is kind of minor here, but I'll at least bring this up. This is courtesy of Dokkan World. You guys know Dokkan World, DBZ World videos on Twitter, just to make sure you know who it's coming from. We've got all the EZAs are returning, and this is kind of cool because these EZAs are all very recent, so they'll be going back into the regular thing, the regular event tab, so you don't need to use keys to access them. That's always good because these are just some recent EZAs that you might not have had access to in the first place. So again, nothing too crazy to talk about there, but that is nice. But something that I think is actually pretty cool, and we got to talk about this, this is going to be the Global Celebration Memorial Stones. Now, it's not quite what you think it is, right? This is not going to be based on what we can see, and I'll show you here in a minute why. This more than likely, I would say 95%, is not going to be what we saw during the anniversary, where the Memorial Stone did give us a wish for a character, right? We were able to pick an LR of our choosing. That's not what this is going to be, and I'll show you why, because as you guys can see, we have missions, which means we're going to be able to get multiple, and then I'm imagining they'll also be distributed based on the amount of multis you've done from a certain point, or stones you've spent on the game from a certain point, right? So the fact that you guys can see it's going to be 2, 2, 2, 3, right? All of that fun stuff. It's a pretty hard inclination that we're not going to be able to just pick an LR of our choosing with these, unless for some reason those LRs are just costing multiple. But again, I don't think that's what the case is going to be here, right? With these missions in here, with this asset, this is just going to be more of the traditional Memorial Stone. If you guys have not played in years past, what this typically tends to be is, again, it's calculated, I believe, per 50 stones spent on whether it be stamina refreshes, multi-summons, single summons, all of that fun stuff. It all accumulates over just a established period of time, and then after that it is again distributed to the players on waves based on your user ID. So if you go to your game and look at what your user ID ends in, it's the last number. If you just boot up the game, you'll be able to see this. My number ends in a 0, So on my JP, so that would mean that I am on the first wave. If your number ends in a 1, then you'd be in the first wave, second wave, and then vice versa, right? So, or not vice versa, but so on and so forth. So if your ID ends in a 9, that's tough. You're last, but you're still going to get them on the same day as everybody else. They're just distributed in like 30-minute increments, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's an hour. I forget off the top of my head because they didn't do it during the anniversary, obviously, because there was just a different memorial stone. So being able to have these is just going to be extremely good for newer players, veteran players, because there's just a lot of things that you can do with these. You can either spend all of them on one character if you get like 150, or you can use them for tickets, and then on those tickets you'll get banners that you can use to acquire newer characters or older characters that you potentially wouldn't really be able to summon for in the first place. So that is pretty damn important, and I'm happy that they're going back with this because it's just something that we did not see very much of during the anniversary, obviously, because that's not when they did it, but it is going to be a step down. Again, I would not expect this to be nearly on the level of the Purunga Wish from the 10th anniversary. That was extremely generous, and the odds of them doing that twice in 1 year, especially during these major celebrations, is not 0, but I also wouldn't say it's very high. So I would not go into the Global Dokkan campaign with the expectation that we are going to be seeing more of this, right? So just keep that in mind. But there's some other stuff in this data download we got to talk about. Let's move on to the next thing, which is going to be something different. Chance time. So chance time, right? It's funny that these are in here just because, like, typically with Dokkan, right, it's just like this is kind of more associated with Legends. And you just, like, it's more than likely going to be free, and if you win the chance time or whatever, you can get extra Dragon Stones, right? It's a bit of a gamble, but again, I don't think you're going to have to invest any, like, resources, no money, no stones into it. At least I would hope, right? These are just, like, somewhere we're going to have to grab these from the Baba shop, I would imagine. But again, these are all innovative ideas that the game has not really... In my time playing, I don't think Dokkan has ever done chance time. I've been at it since about 2020, and in my tenure playing this game, I don't think one time I've seen chance time. So again, this is cool. I don't know how we're going to get these yet. This is all just from a data download that we have now. So unfortunately, I can't answer any questions that you have regarding the chance balls, but I'm sure we will see it very soon. But what this isn't giving us, so what we, like, I guess to kind of, like, before we move on to some other tweets here, what we do have, again, story assets here. This does not confirm that Daima is the worldwide, or I keep saying worldwide, I'm just used to it, right? That's the summer big celebration. But the Global Dokkan campaign is not confirmed to be Daima with this Super Saiyan 4 Goku asset. So please understand that is not what this Goku is. It is not like, oh yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Goku's here, we won, right? Is it likely? Kinda. Is it confirmed? No. So just want to make sure you know that, but we do have some very fun stuff coming up with this data download. Let's check some other things out and make sure that we're not missing any other fun stuff before we get moving here. Okay, so this thread is courtesy of Proton here. I'm sure I've featured Proton on the channel before. Very helpful with, like, data mining and stuff like that. It is kind of helping us out here, right? Here's what we have coming up with this data download. We've got the EZA for Prime Battle TN. He sucks. Not going to talk about that too much, right? We have a new ESBR for World Tournament, not too bad. New story stuff, a Daima stage, and then the Million Arena things, right? The finals. I still got to do the semis. I really don't care enough, and, like, I really don't like the other format. So here you guys see the thread of the data download. A lot of good stuff in here. The chance time balls, the memorial stones, right? Some other tickets and things like that. We'll have to see how those go in game when we get there, but lots of fun things in this data download, especially when the game is as dry as it is. But we also have Chaozu as well. So in Chaozu being in the game, obviously cool. And then he's kind of just going through, like, the deep dives of all this other stuff. Then we've got the story, this classic. I don't know what this is. This is probably, I guess that's a support memory. They're showing off Krillin's bald head, something like that. Maybe it's like a special thing, but oh, I like this. This looks good. Yeah, this is like the Goma arena, right? That looks really sick. Okay, cool. Yeah, so pretty exciting stuff, right? The Million Arena titles, right? If you first the 30th in the first Million Arena, you get a title that looks like this. The fact that it says first, yeah, okay, so that is the support memory. That was what we saw there, and then an EZA for this one. Yeah, pretty good data download, right? Pretty substantial stuff here with these Goma and Super Saiyan 4 Goku assets. This is really as exciting as it can get during a period like this where, you know, Tien is running rampant and Mercenary Tao is the Dokkan Fest. It's not exactly what people want to see, but it is what it is. So down below, let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is going to mean that Super Saiyan 4 Goku is on his way to Dokkan right now, or do you think this is all just for the story event and we're going to get him for the 11th anniversary? I think either option is definitely possible, but we shall see. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and let me know what you think of everything from this data download in the comment section below. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe. You know the videos are going to be ramping up when we get closer to the Global Dokkan campaign. Just have to get there first. So thank you guys all for watching. I hope you did enjoy. And if you did, do all that fun stuff down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.